My name is Matthew Alvarez. I'm from Brooklyn, and this year I'll be a senior at St. Francis College. Um, my future career aspirations is that I want to be a doctor, and this semester I'm focused on studying for the MCAT, like while dealing with school, and I plan on taking the MCAT next year. Um, this whole experience with COVID has been a relatively, a smooth one. Well, for me personally. Um, I have pre-existing conditions, so when this whole thing started, I was preoccupied with my health. Me and my mom have pre-existing conditions, so we spent most of our time from March up until August in the house. Um, I was born with a kidney disease when I was two called nephritis syndrome, which entails with me having kidney problems, high blood and chronic high blood pressure. So people who typically have kidney problems and high blood pressure, basically pre-existing conditions like me, don't do so well with COVID. As I heard that people who are dealing with the stuff that I have were bedridden in the hospital. And I even heard that people like me who have high blood pressure even later died as well. So throughout most of this time, I just stayed home because I don't want to take a risk. I don't want to take a risk, especially as we live in New York. And in the beginning of it, it was really getting bad in New York with the cases rising up. So me and my mom, wanted to stay home and preoccupy our health. My mom has diabetes, so she took time off from work, and she's even now still at home working, from her room because we're just waiting for this whole thing to be completely over before, we want to go outside more. I go outside more than my mom per se because I have a job, but in the beginning of the pandemic, I was already going to work once a week part-time because of school. So even when school ended in May, I still decided to work once a week part-time because COVID still, you know, I didn't want to still risk it. So I took the precautions while I was outside at work, and I just come home right after. But as the cases were going down in New York, I decided that I could go to work a little more. So I asked them for more hours, and I still kept up with the precautions needed, during this whole thing, which is what I did, because like I felt like I think it was time for me to go back to work a little more, even though I have pre-existing conditions. I still was confident that if I took the precautions, everything would be all right. All right. Um, even even though even though um in regards to in regards to being a doctor, you know, as I said before, I have kidney problems and high blood pressure. So in regards to being a doctor, trying to be a doctor, I am leaning towards nephrology, the study of kidneys and cardiology, because it hits home a little bit. Because I go to the doctor to check those things out a lot. Because I've been dealing with it since I was a kid. So those are the two main ones that I'm leaning towards to, and my goal to be a doctor. Um, it was, and that's about it. It's nice to be in this class, and I hope to learn a lot. Not and it'll be nice discussing and working with everybody this whole entire semester. Okay, bye.